find something you love and do it. And if you're really lucky, it'll be something that you find by accident that you never thought of before. But I think that, volunteering, okay? Volunteering would be, and that's, giving back, because I've been very lucky, and so I owe the universe. And so, yes, so giving back in some way with whatever talent you have, I think that's the other thing I should have mentioned.
Well, it keeps you younger, longer. If, in your mind anyway.
Yes, they say that mental exercise is really, really good for seniors. And until COVID, I was teaching as a volunteer English as a second language to adults. And they would say, well, what does this word mean? And I would have to explain what the word meant using only words that I knew were already in their vocabulary on the fly. And that's good exercise.
During COVID, what did you do to feel like you were staying independent with that limitation?
I had read, there was all kinds of advice on how to survive being isolated, and the thing I saw the most was try to stay in contact with humans. So I made up my mind I would call someone every day. And I was calling cousins, old friends, church friends, out of the blue. I'd call somebody and they'd say, who is this? and I'd explain, oh, it's nice to hear from you. And but I'm an extrovert. And so my introvert friends didn't notice there was a problem. But that was something that I really leaned on. And it took a certain amount of overcoming a little bit of discomfort sometimes. Should I really call this person? But I was always glad I did it.
If I just recently got hearing aids, and talking with the audiologist who was working with me, we were talking about battery life on the hearing aids, and she said, well, she's got one client who sits home all day and watches television, and his hearing aids die about halfway through the day.
Oh, wow.
Because that's all he does. He sits and watches television. So I mean, that's a reminder that that's not what I want to do. I mean, there are times when we'll sit and watch TV in the evenings, but other than that, I want to be up around the house doing things.
Well, and again, we have done our homework over the years. Coming from a medical background, I read the studies about who does well in retirement, well physically in retirement, and it was being engaged socially and maintaining activities. And so we found a church, we found this community, we found meaningful volunteer work, and that consumes me for 10 hours or more a week, and we have hobbies.
And after our two dogs passed on, we were a couple of months without a dog, and we kept thinking, well, should we get one? We shouldn't get one. And on one hand, it was really nice not having that extra responsibility, but then we also thought, a young dog is going to keep us busy.
That's right.
And I'm going to be out walking that dog 2 or 3 times a day, and so yeah, he will keep us young, besides our grandchildren.
So your advice to someone is
Have
stay
grandchildren.
Have grandchildren.
And a dog.
And a dog, but
And volunteer activities.
meaningful volunteer activities.
If you don't stay active, your body deteriorates, and you find yourself subject to all the diseases that come through because you haven't got any resistance built in your body. It also keeps you healthy and wealthy to have new friends, and you develop many new friends in a place like this. everyone's open and welcoming, and they're willing to tell you their life story. So you become the recipient of many new friends, and that's what I appreciate in them.
What I would advise anybody that's even thinking about this, don't put it off. Make this choice now that you have the choice, and nobody else is gonna have to make it for you. While you're still active, you find the place that fits you. Don't wait until in a medical emergency.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
And get somebody named Sullivan to help you.